Hello, today's a beautiful day on the farm. Today I'm gonna be showing you the bees. We're gonna be seeing how they were doing over the winter. So let's go see what the bees are doing. Okay, I have my bee suit on, and now let's go see what the bees are doing. My dad and sister here. Is this how you should wear it? Dad?
Yeah.
I mean, hold
why do you
the
have
cam.
the wood chips in there?
I have the wood chips in there, so it'll help absorb some of the moisture.
Oh.
I don't know how to do this. As good as it hurt. Somebody want to bring me the frame holder? He's bringing me the frame holder.
What? Frame holder. You see it? I can barely see through this net.
Those bees really like the sugar. Right, Daddy?
Mm-hmm. That's what they use as emergency food, to turn that into pollen. Not to turn it into pollen, I'm sorry, to turn it into their food. They can turn that into honey.
Oh. I wonder how bees could eat so much sugar without getting sick.
They don't eat it, they convert it.
Oh.
Wow, some of these bees got some good pollen on their legs. Yeah, the video rolling?
Yep.
Okay. Where did he go? I saw one in here that had a bunch of pollen on its legs. So we want to be very careful that we don't squish the queen if we see her.
Mm-hmm.
There was one bee on here. You see the pollen built up on their legs like yellow, little tiny yellow balls. There was one bee in particular I saw in here that had a bunch of pollen on its legs. And some okay comb buildup, no brood yet.
If we don't see any brood, that's a bad thing, right?
We'll see brood. That would be a bad thing, but we'll see it. Got some comb build out going on.
We're back.
Alright, so you can see the pollen on the legs of this bee right there. There's another bee in here as well that had pollen on its legs. And they'll take this pollen and they'll convert it into the nectar, which is the shiny stuff in here. You can see that's the nectar. That is honey that's not honey yet. But that will be. Oh, there it is. There's another bee right there. See that yellow on its legs? That's the pollen.
That one and that one.
Those two right there.
Look at that one. That one has red legs.
Yep, that's pollen too. It's just a different color pollen. It's pollen from red flower instead of a yellow flower.
They must get it from a dandelion. That one
could
must
be.
have got it from somewhere.
So there's already starting to bring some pollen in. Oh, there's another bee right there with pollen on it. Some more nectar. See this stuff right here? This is capped honey. So this is honey that they've already finished with. And they put a wax capping on it. And down here is a little bit of brood. And then over here some more capped honey.
So right here.
This is all capped honey.
Zoomed it in too much. right here.
So all this right here, this is this cap, this is wax on top of it. So this
Daddy,
is
here's a
honey.
baby bee.
Here's capped
Daddy,
honey.
here's a baby
And then
bee.
all this stuff out here that's shiny, this is all nectar. This is what will be honey when they're done with it.
Daddy, here's a baby bee.
Yep.
See? They're kind of small.
And the hives will usually build from the inside out. There's some more nectar, some more capped honey, more nectar, more brood. There's another bee with some pollen on it. There's another
That's
bee
a
with
small
pollen
bee.
on it.
That's a small bee.
Some of these are new. There's some more brood, some more honey.
Here's
Can I show
a
them, bird?
bee with nectar.
Huh?
I'm trying to find the bee.
Daddy, here's a bee with nectar.
It's kind of underneath all the bees, right here.
No, I just can't see through. Oh, here it is.
It's all this stuff right here.
Right here. That's bird. That's bee. Oh, that's babies. Oh, egg capsules.
They're like fans, right, Dad? You could do this and then it's cool and it's hot. Look it. There's some nectar.
He's got some good drawn comb going on there. I'm drawing that comb out nicely.
Is there any new bees?
Nope, there's nothing in these. There's bees with some pollen on their legs though. I haven't seen the queen yet, but that doesn't surprise me. She'll probably, with all the empty frames up top, I'm expecting the queen's going to be down below. This is the upper frame of 3. And the reason why I'm holding the frame over the hive is in case the queen is on the frame and she falls off, she'll fall into the hive instead of on the ground, because the queen won't fly. So if she falls on the ground, we'd have to pick her up and put her back in because she can't get back in on her own.
She's too fat. If I correct, or she just don't have any.
Well, she flew for her mating flight, but after she mates,
She
Yeah,
still
she
has
doesn't
wings.
fly.
She's just too fat.
right.
The babies,
So there's
right?
some orange colored pollen. There's another bee here, had more yellow pollen on its legs. So we've got some more nectar in here. There's some more pollen on a couple of bees.
There's a frog coming in here. Right, Daddy?
the front of the hive.
Probably give that smoke a couple pumps so it keeps running. And these are very, very calm bees.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I open these hives up, I don't even put smoke in there because they're so calm. And then when we're done, we want to squeeze
All that white stuff right there
these
is
frames together.
all that white stuff right there is sugar and all that. Oh, it's for the winter time.
Yeah, where am I going to put that? Set this back on. Uh-oh, smashed a bee. Try not to do that.
So if you smash a bee, don't freak out. You don't want to, but there's so many it doesn't really matter. But you don't want to.
You can't see me.
And I set on those brakes to elevate it because there's bees on the bottom of that. And I don't want to smash them.
You on this other side.
Where's that other thing, Daddy?
What other thing?
That other one like that? Is it over here?
The other hive tool? I don't know. It's over there, I think, somewhere. I'm doing a nice job of drawing that comb out. Starting on that side. It feels like that's got some stuff in there.
Hey, Daddy, look at a bunch of nectar on that one. This went down.
Chloe, move.
Chloe, you shouldn't stand in the front.
Chloe, let me pull them out.
Oh wow, look at all that honey.
All that honey. They got lots of good honey in here, which tells me that they've got some good stores. Because usually, a lot of times, you'll lose beehives in March and sometimes April as they run out of food before the pollen really starts coming in on all the flowers. And this is telling me that we've got some good healthy hives.
Well, at least hive.
Well, this hive at least. I'm expecting the same out of the other one.
Well, there are bees going in and out of it.
And this tells me that they've got some good healthy stores, so I'm not afraid of these hives starving. They're already putting up honey.
That right there, that's the smoker. The smoke pump?
Smoker. That's
Smoker, smoke pump. And no, we do not roast the bees in there. It's just to pump smoke. Keep you
this. What's the
weird.
smoke for?
Calm them down.
It helps calm them down.
Oh wow, look at all that brood.
All right, that's all brood. So there's different kinds of brood. You've got brood like this, which is worker brood. And then you got brood that sticks out further, like this right here. That's drone brood.
Let me see it.
What one?
These right here, this is drone.
Which one?
These
Boy?
ones that stick out further.
Are they boys?
Yep.
Look at nectar.
And the rest of them are the smaller ones are the
There's
worker
nectar.
bees. And you can see, I'm not sure if you can see down in there, if you can get in close enough. You get in way down deep in there, sometimes you can see some of the eggs in there. I don't see a queen yet. And I also don't see any swarm cells, which is good. So, sometimes on the bottom, you'll sometimes see drone brood on the bottom, and sometimes you'll see an emergency queen cell down there where they have a cell ready to make a queen if they need to, but they don't have the egg in it yet. So it's not a queen in the making. And sometimes, if the bees fear that the queen isn't going to live, or if she isn't producing the way she needs to, they'll actually make a queen cell and get a queen ready to go, and if they need it, then they will actually kill the queen and let the new queen take over. If they don't need it, then they'll tear that cell down.
So the queen's not the boss.
You know, the whole colony works together as a whole for the good of the colony. So in here, here's a better one. You might be able to zoom in on this. These top ones right here.
Your head keeps getting in my way.
See this top row here, the white inside those cells? Those are the larvae. Those will be bees when they're capped and I guess born. When they emerge from the cell, those will be bees. No queen sighted yet, but I'm expecting that she is probably down here in the bottom box. Usually the bees will put brood on the inside of the hive and honey and stores on the outside frames of the hive.
Well,
I don't see a whole ton of cat brood, but that's okay.
it's very hot out. It's about 70 or 80 degrees out here. Here in Missouri.
Oh, look at all this pollen on this one.
I appreciate if you can move your head.
There, 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 there. These bees have a ton of pollen on them. And then look at all this brood. That's beautiful, beautiful capped brood.
Move slow too far in.
Some more
You
pollen.
can barely see.
More brood on there? Yeah, there's a lot of bees on there, so it's hard to see it.
No, I mean, like, I can barely see through this mask.
Yeah. And then some of these bees you'll see, they're kind of moving about, jiggling back and forth. It's called a waggle dance. And when they do a waggle dance, they're
right
kind
here. Queen cup.
Yep. Or it could be a drone, but it could be a queen cell.
I was wanting to see it.
Oh. Sometimes those on the bottom are actually drones. Sometimes they're queen, but those are okay. It's dangerous when you see a queen cell that's building up on the outside of on the middle of a frame, because that's an emergency queen cell. That usually means that something went wrong. You see it?
Mm-hmm, true.
Got the red on the legs. That's red pollen. All these other bees with the yellow or gold pollen. There's a lot of pollen in here. A lot of bees with a lot of pollen. That's good. I like that. Let's go wipe away some dead bees.
These bees are not liking me.
Well, don't stand in front of it. They usually don't like people standing in front. You, hand me the smoker. One for both.
So here's my dad putting it back on. Well, actually, never mind. Taking it off, checking the third one.
I am not seeing a lot of brood. That's not overly good.
This is going to be a longer video.
There's some
trying
brood.
to edit today. That's gonna be taking a long time. Me trying to edit
There's some
this
brood
video.
at the top there.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Waggle dance going on.
Hey Dad, I think I found a queen. And cat right here. What cat queen?
That's not.
That's not a queen? Oh, I guess not.
The queen cell, when they're up on the top like that, they're really big. That might be a queen, but that's not an emergency queen. Yeah, you can see a lot of these bees are doing the waggle dance.
Why?
The camera won't see it, but there's a bee in here. It's got a bunch of pollen on its legs. It's doing the waggle dance.
The wiggle waggle dance.
Yeah. And the waggle dance is where the bees let other bees know where the pollen is. That's kind of their Google Maps. So when they come back with a bunch of pollen, they communicate that by the waggle dance, where they got it. I am not seeing a whole bunch of brood in here. That is not good. If this other hive has a bunch of brood in it, I may end up swapping it around.
Why say that?
Because this hive doesn't hardly have any. And that's not a good thing.
That maybe possibly you need to buy a new queen?
Well, I haven't seen her yet.
Well, if there's not a queen in there, I'm pretty sure they're going to make one.
No, they can, but if they lose their hive, it could go to a dead out, meaning that it's got no, that the hive dies. It's got a bunch of bee bread in there, but no. I see any eggs down in there. That's just a drone. It's not my clean. That is too fat and short.
There's everybody. I'm going to take a chore video today. The rooster pen. The second hive. That sugar's almost gone. Here's the second hive.
Happy with that brood.
I need to go into the shop and go to the bathroom and get a drink of water.
she is. You beautiful girl, you. She's on the middle frame, just right now. You want to come see Big Beautiful?
Oh wow,
There she is right there.
she has green on her.
That's the paint.
Huh?
That's how you mark her when you're not rolling, by the way.
I'm not? How do you know? Yes, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh. You'll have to cut that out.
Why?
Nobody wants to hear us just jabbering back and forth. Our friend came out last fall. He grabbed her. That's all right. He grabbed her, put her in what's called a queen clip. He had a marking kit, which is a tube that he puts the queen into, and the plunger that pushes her up to the top and kind of smushes her back up against the screen that's got holes in it. He grabs a small paint pen, puts a little bit of dot of paint on her back. That way she's easy to identify. Where did she go? You know, easy to identify. Oh, there she is. See, she's right there. Is that green on her back? So she's easy to see. So that's the queen.
Green bee is the queen.
Well, in this case, she's green. Sometimes the paint markers that they use are red, yellow, orange, whatever color.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if I haven't said it. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll make one tomorrow. I'll see my chores again and everything. Maybe leave you with the roosters or the chickens. Maybe my ducks and silkies. Maybe I'll let the goats nibble at this camera. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I haven't said it. Like and subscribe. Hopefully see you tomorrow.